वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल द सिंपल डायरी। आज के वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे विलियम वर्ड्सवर्थ की पोम डैफोडिल्स के बारे में। पोएट के बारे में पहले ही हम एक वीडियो में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, जिसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में। चलिए आज पोम को डिस्कस करते हैं। को इन डेप्थ डिस्कस करने से पहले जान लेते हैं उसके कुछ की फीचर्स। Daffodils, also known as I Wander Lonely as a Cloud, is one of the most popular poems in the English language. It is a quintessential poem of the Romantic movement. It is one of the best loved poems of the fountainhead of Romanticism. This poem features how the spontaneous emotions of the poet's heart, sparked by the energetic dance of daffodils, help him pen down the sweet little poem. On 15 April 1802, Wordsworth and his sister Dorothy came across a host of daffodils around Glencorn Bay in the Lake District. Their event was an inspiration behind the composition of Wordsworth's lyric poem. This poem has been dissected methodically for illustrating the poet's mood, the surrounding location, the allegorical meaning, and the beauty of nature in full motion. The poet's love and proximity with nature have inspired and moved generations after generations of poetry lovers and young minds. It describes how a host of golden daffodils dancing in the breeze of the Lake District mesmerized his heart. The speaker, likely William Wordsworth himself, was wandering down the hills and valley when he stumbled upon a beautiful field of daffodils. The speaker is transfixed by the daffodils, seemingly waving, fluttering, and dancing along the waterside. Albeit the lake's waves moved as fervently, but the beauty of daffodils outdid with flying colors. The poet feels immensely gleeful and chirpy at this mesmerizing natural sight. Amongst the company of flowers, he remains transfixed at those daffodils wavering with full vigor. Oblivious to the poet is the fact that this wondrous scenery of daffodils brings the poet immense delight and joy when he is in a tense mood or perplexed. For that matter, his heart breathes a new life and gives him exponential happiness at sight worth a thousand words. Though the poem's title hints at the cloud, it is not about it. Instead, it is about a group of golden daffodils dancing beside the lake and beneath the trees. Wordsworth's poetic persona at some point visited the spot, just describing how he felt having the sight of those wonderful flowers. The poet compares him to a cloud for describing his thoughtless mental state on that day. Like a cloud, he was wandering in the valley aimlessly. The sudden spark that the daffodils gave to his creative spirit is expressed in this poem. The poem is composed of four stanzas of 6 lines each. It is an adherent to the quatrain couplet rhyme scheme ABABCC. Every line conforms to iambic tetrameter. The poem Daffodil works with the ABABCC rhyme scheme as it uses consistent rhyming to invoke nature at each stanza's end. Moreover, it helps in creating imagery skillfully as the poet originally intended. The poem flows akin to a plant song in a rhythmic structure. Consonants and alliteration are used to create rhymes. This poem is written from a first person point of view. Therefore, it is an ideal example of a lyric poem. The poetic persona is none other than Wordsworth himself. This piece contains a regular meter. There are 8 syllables per line, and the stress falls on the second syllable of each foot. There are 4 iambs in each line. Thus, the poem is an iambic tetrameter. For example, let's have a look at the metrical scheme of the first line. I wandered lonely as a cloud. चलिए पोम को इन डेप्थ डिस्कस करते हैं. Stanza 1. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high over valves and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering, and dancing in the breeze. In the first stanza, the poet explains his one day occasional aimless wandering. The term wander means walking free of their own accord. The poet is referring to himself as the cloud in a metaphorical sense of the word. Although the cloud mostly travel in groups, this cloud prefers singular hovering. However, it clearly mentions us passing through valleys and hills on a routine walk and simplifying the narrative. Poet comes across a bunch of daffodils fluttering in the air. He's dumbfounded by the beauty of those golden daffodils. Although yellow would be more suitable for daffodils, the poet intends to signify its beauty by using golden color. The daffodils are termed as host or crowd since they are together in a collective bunch. They are a source of immense beauty for the poet hailing from the Romantic era. Those daffodils are firmly perched beside the lake beneath some trees. It's a windy day overall, and the flowers dance and flutter as the wind blows. Let's take a step back for a brief moment to locate the premises of poet's inspiration. The poet resides in the famous Lake District, a region rich in scenic locations entailing hills, valleys, and lakes. As a result, the location is realistic in its entirety. Wordsworth refers to daffodils dancing, a trait relatable to humans. Stanza 2 continues as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, just stretched a never ending line. Along the margin of a bay, 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Above allegory is a clear and direct referral to our narrative galaxy Milky Way. The space continuum holds great mystery for a romantic era poet as he envisions the daffodils to be in constant state of wonder, as are the stars beyond the reach of humans. The poet makes an allusion to the Milky Way, a galaxy filled with its own planetary solar system stretched beyond infinity. The lake supposedly has a large area since the daffodils are dispersed along the shoreline. Along the Milky Way are premises like countless stars, which the poet alludes to daffodils fluttering beside the lake. By 10,000, he meant a collection of daffodils were fluttering in the air, spellbinding the poet at the beauty of the scene. It's just a wild estimation at best, as he supposes 10,000 daffodils at a glance. The term sprightly comes from sprite, which is primarily dandy little spirits people deemed existed in such times. They are akin to fairies. Stanza 3. The waves beside them dance, but they outed the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. Michael liked the sprightly dance of the daffodil so much that he, in the third stanza, says that the sparkling waves of a lake beside cannot match their beauty. The waves are sparkling due to the sunlight. This image is contrasted with the dance of daffodils. Besides, the speaker imagines the tossing of their heads to a wave, so the contrast presents the resemblance of the lake's water to the daffodils. Witnessing the scene, the romantic poet becomes so gay that he was not able to move from the location. The flowers were a jocund company to him that he could not find in humans. Jocund means cheerful and light-hearted. Their silent presence told more than the words human could convey to him. They had a purity that made the poet spellbound. The repetition of the word gazed in the next line points at the poet's state of mind at that moment. His eyes were transfixed at the golden beauty of the daffodils. That's why he kept on gazing until he could drink their serenity to the lees. The second half of the line quickly catches readers' attention. Wordsworth is now asking them what wealth the flowers had brought him on that day. Thus, he quickly comes into reality from his imagination to inform readers about his viewpoint. And so for oft, when on my couch I lie, In vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. Stanza describes the inspiration behind writing. I wandered lonely as a cloud, according to the poet. Whenever he lies on his couch in a vacant or thoughtful mood, the image flashes in his mind's eye. This is a simultaneous process, not a forced one. Blissful memories are so gripping that they stick with a person throughout their life. So, whenever the poet's mind becomes empty of thoughts, the image supplies him the source of energy to rethink. Not only that, when he feels down, the scene acts similarly. The inward eye is a reference to the mind eye. When one shuts his physical eyes, it unleashes those eyes. Wordsworth compares the daffodils to the bliss of a solitary moment. He provides the reason why he says so. According to him, the memory associated with the daffodil fills his heart with pleasure, making his heart leap up once again like a child. In this way, the poet highlights the role of nature, especially daffodils, in his life. Poetic devices. Wordsworth makes use of several literary devices, and I wandered lonely as a cloud. These include, but are not limited to, similes, hyperboles, personification, and illusion. Some are also used since the poet alludes to a nameless cloud as he takes a casual stroll. Moreover, daffodils are compared to star clusters in Milky Way to explicate the magnitude of daffodils fluttering freely beside the lake. At times, hyperbole is used to explicate the immensity of the situation. The illusion of daffodils to stars spread across the Milky Way is one such instance. Furthermore, the daffodils are even made anthropomorphous to create a human portrayal of Mother Nature in this instance. Moreover, the poet has also used reverse personification, equating humans to clouds and daffodils to humans with constant movement. Using this clever tactic, the poet brings people closer to nature, becoming a hallmark of William Wordsworth's most basic yet effective methods for relating readers with nature. Appreciating its pristine glory, daffodils celebrate the beauty of nature and its purity along with the bliss of solitude. He deems his solitude as an asset and inspires him to live a meaningful life. Wordsworth makes use of imagery figuratively to display his feelings and emotions after encountering the daffodils. Firstly, the image of cloud describes the poet's mental state, and the images that appear after that vividly portray the flowers. These images, in most cases, are visual and some have auditory effects. For example, fluttering and dancing in the breeze associated with him. Throughout, I wandered lonely as a cloud. Wordsworth engages with themes of nature, memory, and spirituality. These three are tied together as the speaker, Wordsworth himself, moves through a beautiful landscape. He takes pleasure in the sight of the daffodils and revives his spirit in nature. At the same time, Wordsworth explores the theme of memory as he does in other works such as Tintern Abbey. The flowers are there to comfort him in real time and as a memory from the past. थैंक यू। आई होप आज की वीडियो आपको पसंद है। कैसी लगी हमें कमेंट करके बताएं और हमें ये भी कमेंट करके बताएं कि आप आने वाली वीडियोस किस टॉपिक पर देखना चाहते हैं। अगर वीडियो अच्छी लगी तो लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब टू माय चैनल। मिलते हैं कल एक और इन्फॉर्मेटिव वीडियो के साथ शाम 4 बजे। थैंक यू।